Hey guys, we are live. For those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Muser today. Today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign, playing Jeff Talanian's very, very cool Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. And with me today for the Reavers of Thule campaign are the Reavers themselves, the stars of this campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you currently? First up is Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I am playing Arctair, who is a fighter who is level 5.
Nice. Next up is... you're 5 already? Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I barely remember when you were but a first level character. Earning your double XP for that first level. Next up is George.
Hey, I'm George. I am playing Malo Black, who is a Chimeric Celt warlock, and he's currently level 5.
Excellent. Wow, 5 already. Jeez. And next up is Robert.
I'm playing Reagan, a Celt Viking rune graver, and she just got to level 5 last thing, and now she'll decide whether to embiggen Kane or twofold missile whoever's shooting arrows.
Nice. Exciting. And speaking of Kane, next up is Colin, aka Spoik Pit.
Hello, yes, I'm playing Kane the Lion, Chimeric Celt fighter, level 5, wielder of a large hammer.
Nice. I think 2 as well, too. You got a backup now, too. Next up is Dave.
Hey everybody, I'm playing Gwenrick Jen's daughter. She is a level 4 fighter, and ding last time. And yeah, she's based on a character from my last novel.
There you go. Pretty nice. And last but not least is Will.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Amar Kalsa. He is a Sikh monk from 18th century Earth, level 5, trying to knock hard on that level 6 door.
Heck yeah. Wowzers. Okay. So, guys, oh yeah, Dave, what novel is that?
It's called Song of Fury. She's kind of a Norse-like character who is dragged into testing magical spells that open a rift between worlds, and they kind of magically fuel berserker rage in certain individuals.
Ah.
Cool.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a mouthful of coffee. I was like, I'm trying to express interest with it without actually spitting coffee. Although I guess the spit take would be the ringing endorsement for that. Are you kidding? That sounds amazing. Okay, so what happened last session, guys? I feel like something happened.
Not that much.
Yeah. Well, the battle continued from the previous session, so Malo and Amar kind of went to the western side of the keep to forestall the intrusion of many enemy. The rest of the group was kind of spread throughout the keep, and we were overwhelmed by enemy forces, and then Arcadius arrived with a Black Knight and at least one other of the sons, the second sons, and thankfully we had a radium gun that Amar was firing at will.
Yeah.
Obliterating.
Yeah, well, first Malo went down. He almost went down several times, but thanks to his companions and some astonishing fortune, he was kept up, but he eventually did go down. And Amar then finally took down Arcadius. His army's morale broke, and they fled the keep.
And the Black Knight also went down.
Yes. I think we took down all of the second sons that had entered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a command. Well, which one was that? It was a hold person.
Hold person, yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And then everybody stabbed him to death. It's like, no, we don't need to know anything about these guys anymore.
we know enough. We knew enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your army has been fucking decimated from where it was.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we lost Diego.
What army? There's like 7 guys left.
Yeah.
Well, there's wounded that might potentially come back.
Yeah,
but-
there'll be about, you can figure, I mean, you didn't have a huge amount to start with, too, but you can figure there's going to be about another 10 guys who will be casualties who will be able to be, like, once they heal up and spend time in your hospital tent, they'll be up and running again, but, yeah.
And then I think we had a plan. Mallow was saved from actually perishing. And then Kane, I think, had a plan, and I can't remember if we actually executed this, to go out and chase down the fleeing enemy.
Oh, yes.
I
That
don't
was
know.
the intention.
Yeah, we didn't play that, right? Yeah, okay.
Okay. So then what, let's see here. Let's pick up pretty much right afterwards. So the Black Knight is down. Arter has been keeping an eye, I think, like, in fiction, he's been keeping an eye on what if there's a rest of the army, or there's a second wave that might be coming in, but because all of this happened in the span of, like, maybe 13 rounds of combat, so, like, this entire encounter was 102 minutes and change. So...
Maybe we did it in slow-mo.
Yes. Okay, there's lots of slow-mo with mud and water coming up.
Yeah.
So.
There's the 300 of the keep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And everyone with that weird, like, deeper slow-mo voice, too.
Exactly.
Okay. Exactly. All right. So with those guys dropped, it sounded like Yason, you were thinking, or not Yason, Kane, you were thinking of chasing the rest of these ne'er-do-wells down?
Yeah, certainly he was pretty pissed off, and he was looking to punish them for their impudence.
There's certainly a lot of horses left. Now the thing is, there were so you can kind of decide. There's the ones on the horses, which is still a pretty big group. There are the ones that came over the wall to the north, which were archers, and there were ones coming to the wall to the south. Actually, there's two different spots in the north where they were coming over. One was to the west here, where the archers were, and then one was over here, where there were some footmen coming over, and then there were also footmen coming over the back here. Oh yeah, Prey to the Temper
Wizard
Tiger.
escape?
That spellcaster made his getaway, didn't he?
Yeah, I think we lost sight of him, didn't we? He's up on the wall.
Yeah, he came over. He was zapping us. He was zapping us from the north wall.
Yep.
I'm after that fool. I'm after him. I'm gonna nail that guy to the tree.
All right. So we see you guys are all kind of
hammer.
looking around, trying to secure the gate. But as the footmen are getting ready to try and close the door again, Kane, grabs his hand around one of the horses left, maybe the Black Knight's horse, throw yourself up on top of it and starts charging towards the gate. Clear the way! Clear the way!
Out of the way!
Anybody else want to be joining him?
Is there a riding skill that you need to have?
Nope. No.
Just hop on.
Yeah. And there certainly is. You guys have downed a few of the cavalrymen, so I'm assuming there's enough horses that are kind of walking around here. I mean, there are the two horses that Amar, ruthlessly euthanized with his microwave gun.
Gwen will go mounted, and she'll use a bow.
Sorry, she'll wit with the bow?
She'll shoot with a bow. Guide the horse with her knees.
Oh, she is going to get a horse. Okay, I'm like, you're shooting a horse?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot the one Kane's riding.
The thing to do.
He gets to the door. As soon as Kane gets to the doorway, bam, that horse is going down.
Okay, so then the Arter. So you are not Arter. Sorry, Gwen. Here you are. So Gwen goes riding out after these as well too. Anyone else, or is everyone else going to try and just deal with the wounded and secure the place?
I'm going to try and take care of Malo.
Yeah, I would say I am the wounded.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay behind. But just to be clear, we never saw the witch. She did not appear in this siege, correct?
She did not.
Okay. I think that's probably a good sign, but we'll see.
Conspicuous by her absence.
Yeah. So I think that was might have been Beroslav that was firing down at us, but I'm not sure I can get a good look at them.
She could have also been invisible. You never know.
Possibly, but we didn't see any magical effects coming out of nowhere, so hopefully...
There were 2 other casters that you were aware of. There was Barislav the illusionist, and there was a kind of a jack of all trades who was called Ennius.
Was that the person doing all the mind control and all that stuff?
Not sure. I mean, if there's an illusionist, that they seem to do that kind of nasty shit.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that could have been like the blackening of the sky around the North Tower there. Does anyone have Dispel Magic?
No, I do not, unfortunately.
Shit, so that Continual Darkness is going to hang around for a little while then.
The only way I dispel magic is by flattening sorcerers.
Did that work? No? Oh, okay. All right, so you go charging
Bring me another then.
Nice. All right, so we see as the doors are kind of, from outside in the film version of our campaign, the gates are closing behind, and we see these 2 horses go riding out. One with Cain mounted on top, his massive hammer, and Arter going behind. Not Arter, Jesus.
Oh. No, I was moving up to show that I'm going with this.
Oh, okay. Like, am I keep doing that?
Nice.
All right, so Arter throws a hand around a horse as well, too, and the 3 of you guys go charging out after. Now,
the 3 amigos.
Absolutely. Now, this is...
Hopefully we won't be so comical.
Hopefully not.
Oh, jeez. I saw Steve Martin and Martin Short live for a client event about 2 years ago.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we saw that match.
It's great. They were... It was.
I saw it on Netflix or whatever, but it looked like it would have been awesome to be there in person.
They have a really... I mean, they're both former stand-ups, right? So it's wonderful dynamic in person, even with a big audience. Okay, so let's see here.
So real quick though, before they went, because I don't think, Reagan never used the horn today. I don't think. So she would have offered.
I don't think from the way that the guys have described it, there's not time to be like, wait, come have a sip. Is that right, guys?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They just went. Yeah, they just went.
Yeah. The first opportunity.
Yeah. You also have. I mean.
Malo.
Yeah, Malo, microwave chicken.
Yeah.
I'm so tough yet also dry. Oh.
I think Reagan would wait. Malo looks stabilized, right? So she's like, these fools are leaving. I think I better save this damn horn.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's do this. I was actually reading. There are chase rules in the 2e PHB. I thought that might be fun to try here. And now you guys have given me the excuse. So let's see. Oh, so I think we need chase music on then. Not this crazy ambient Corinthian leather. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I really need to clear out and rename. I've got like 20 tracks on here, and I have no earthly idea what any of them are.
Sounds kind of like my bookshelf.
Yeah.
I tell you, the best thing about this most recent move is actually having everything on display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
great.
there's too many books that were hidden behind books where I just like, oh, I didn't know I had that,
Yeah.
Now I
definitely.
can look at it and with full guilt say, why do I have this?
Well, yeah.
Why do I have a copy of this book? I will never run this. I will never read this.
I'd like to say something like, that'll keep you from buying stuff a second and third time, but we know that's not going to happen.
Hey, backups are never a bad thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a game you
Exactly.
run. I mean, not that they don't run stuff in person all that much, then. Okay. There we go. Oh,
Sometimes backups end up in players' email or inbox,
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
mailboxes or on the doorstep
Absolutely. Okay.
or in a charity raffle.
Yeah, that's when it's the accidental second purchases. I'm getting better at that now. Okay, let me get Everyone here. Oh, I don't know if we've had a session since. Did I show you guys the map yet?
Yes. Wait a minute.
No, not on.
Not on this?
Yeah, not on this stream.
Oh. So, Colin and Reagan.
That is
Wow.
a big map.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Woo! It's
Wow.
it's big.
That is
That's
big.
a beast. That is a beast.
Yes, it is.
Well, I hope you guys have home for this beast, because there's a copy going to be coming to each of you guys.
Nice.
Oh.
I might go up on my wall behind at least whenever I play this thing. So.
Nice. So what I got from everyone else so far, except for, I don't think I've got from Will, Colin, and Robert. I need your mailing addresses. If you could DM me on the Discord server.
Sure.
Yeah, no worries, man.
If you did already, Will, I may have forgotten.
No, I'll send it again.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No big deal.
Yeah, you had one from a while back.
Just send it to England, Kev. Just put Colin England. It'll get it. Yeah, everybody knows me. You know, it's a small place.
Yeah. Oh God. My sister was married to an English guy for a while, and that, and then living in Scotland for a year, taught me that, oh, if I thought I had it hard as a gamer in North America, I really had no benchmark. Because growing up as a gamer in the UK, it was a lot more aggressively punished.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is to say that I'm pretty sure it would get ripped up if it went to the wrong. Let's see. Okay. So here we are outside of a keep. Put you guys down here. All right. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I'm gonna go crazy. This may be our only. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of chatty today. I gotta grab one thing. I don't want to freak you guys out, but I need to grab a book.
Just one. I think this is going to be a good day for us.
Yeah, that's right.
I do have most other things all laid out already.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that, and then okay, where is it here? I need.
I'll be back in 1 sec.
Okay.
Gonna get.
Let's see here. Okay, where is it here? Guys, where did you leave it? Think hard.
In a van down by the river.
Down by the Oh, shit. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just use these. This will work. Alright. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. So we got most of them on, let's see here, is that about right? Yeah, so they've spread out and are not riding in formation anymore. And let's see here. There is going to be someone among them, boom, who looks a little different. So you guys, you may need to zoom out just to get a full scale of the old battlefield here. But I'm going to go grab one thing. I'll be right back.
Is that Skakomo?
I'm guessing it's probably Barislav.
Oh, one of the wizards?
That's my guess, but we'll find out. It does kind of look like Skakomo, but I think it's... Huh, I don't know who that is.
As long as Skakomo wasn't really just pretending to be in prison so we could let him out to help the Second Sons, we're good.
Yeah, it was a 1,000-year plan.
Jeez. Can you hear that thunder?
Yeah. Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
ACDC.
Huh?
Mhm.
What are you talking about? All I hear is him.
I was here 7 Days to the Wolves from Nightwish. They have a nice good gallop in that one.
Has it gotten obnoxiously hot for anybody yet?
Not obnoxiously.
It's coming. It's on its way.
Oh, it's here.
Oh yeah. What is
Yeah,
it
the
today, Will?
humidity's spiked, and I think we're going to hit the 90s.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're in for that later this week.
Oh man.
Mm.
We normally
you
don't
down-
get that.
Will, are you down in the like real sticky, humid part of the states? Like,
Yeah, I guess, there's the states on the coast, and then there's states right above them. So Tennessee would basically be right above the coastal states.
Oof.
So it does. It gets very humid down here in the south, especially in the summer.
so have you
I
all
was
got
in-
like aircon and all that there?
What?
You got aircon. Does everybody
yeah.
have aircon?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You can't live down here without it.
Yeah.
No, right.
And it's blasting when you go there. I'm always freezing. I'm inside. I'm freezing. Outside, I'm like, it's disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
Right.
You go outside, you sweat, and sweat doesn't go anywhere.
Right.
So you're just drenched in water.
Yeah.
And you come in and you're freezing because you're drenched in water.
Mhm.
My worst
This is
one
why
was
I
when,
don't go
yeah, when I was in North Carolina, they had a brand new building, a lab, and it was probably kept at about 60 degrees, 65, and you'd come in from 90 degrees, 100% humidity into 65 degrees, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, big difference.
yep.
All right. So here we go.
I lived in Connecticut for 5 years, and there was like always about a month every year where it's 90 degrees and 90% humidity, and you just like can't sleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
House didn't have AC, so it was like
Ugh.
Wow.
That's like a jungle or something like that, isn't it?
yeah, it's like literally laying there with like 5 fans on you, trying to get some air movement and trying to make it
Yep.
cooler.
I had a conference in Kingston quite a few years ago now, but a few years back, and I actually ended up having to change my shirt partway through the day because it was so humid and I just wasn't used to the humidity and so gross.
Yeah.
I don't want to think how much the dry cleaners would be earning there because you're just constantly... Okay, sorry guys. Here we go. There we go. All right. So here's what I need from you guys. I need from Artair, from Kane, and from Gwen. I need each of you to give me a dexterity test, please.
Is that a feat of? Oh no, test.
Yeah, not feet. There's a test, please. Don't let me take a look at
Nice.
how about I look at the actual results here? Nice.
Yes.
Success.
Oh.
Now, Gwen, would you kindly give me another one? Now, this means just that you're not going to get benefit, but I want to make sure you don't fall off your horse.
Oh.
Now, you do have 1 point of Astonishing Fortune if you want it. Just automatically succeed that, but that Astonishing Fortune is harder to come by.
Yeah. But not being on horseback would be dangerous, right?
Well, I mean,
Yes.
falling off a moving horse, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm going to hell.
Yeah, I'll use my point of Astonishing Fortune.
Yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
nice.
I was watching the faces of the players. Will's giving me thumbs up. Everybody's nodding.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right.
Yep.
So you are spending it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you managed to hold on to this charging mount. Now, let's see here. So we're going to abstract this a little bit. Yeah, thanks, George.
Yeah.
That's it. That would have been my point. I'm
Yeah.
done. Okay.
Edit that out of the video.
Editing. What's
That's
this
right.
editing of which you speak? I can't even get rid of that fucking German techno stuff from Steve's game. Oh my god. All right. So let's see. All right, so here we go. So for Artair got a success. Pretty good. It's for you. And for Kane. And for Gwen. And for the other guys. Oh, boy. That's interesting. Okay, so I need to make a test for some of these guys here. All right. And you guys are, they're basically into a full charge as soon as you guys get outside the keep, and they're making a full bore towards where the enemy camp is, 200 yards away. So they're charging along. You come racing out, and you're, trying to keep up with them as well too. I think the only one who may have a range check here. Let me take a look at mounted combat. There are actually good mounted combat rules in here. You're specialized with a bow, is that right, Gwen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Which makes you think you may be able to actually... it's worth actually rolling to see if you've got a chance of hitting, because you're not terrible. Yeah, Dave, you should show off that Dave was wearing his titanium chainmail last night and it looked pretty fucking cool.
Oh, cool.
Maybe at the break I'll go get it, put it on.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
I've been following you on Instagram, watching it.
Thanks, man.
Okay. So, here we go.
I'm excited to switch to like lighter materials, like aluminum or something, where I don't have to like grip the pliers with Hulk force to keep the rings from moving.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's not really anything expressly about mounted, unless it's on the modifier chart here. There's a bunch of stuff about melee. Can you tell what Jeff likes best? Because we have a shit ton of rules about melee. And there's like, you can also shoot stuff.
Okay. Kane and Artair are probably just going to mow them down anyway, so you don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's not really any... so, I mean, my inclination is a -4 when you're firing from mounted.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
And if you...
You might check like the cataphract description, because I remember it says something about mounted, since that's their special thing, and it might say what the mounted penalty is supposed to be if you don't have the specialty.
Yeah.
Okay, so cataphract, here we go. Horsemanship. Mounted charge. Cataphract can fight from the saddle, urges, and is experienced in close ordered charges. Nothing extra there.
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's first that we've come across something like that. So, what it seems is that they may have been busy in the evenings, because as they're going along, you see one of these guys kind of disappear into a pit that's running along here that they seem to have forgotten. And not like a big pit; it's like 2 or 3 feet deep, but it's enough to throw the horse off, and the mounted soldier goes flying off the top. Now you guys can, those of you who have range stuff, let's take one round of combat here. So go ahead and make attacks if you like. I think, Gwen, you're the only one who may be able to do that. The one here looks different from the rest. Otherwise, it's just a heavy cavalryman.
Yeah, I'm shooting at the different one, but hoping that he's somebody important. But I don't think I hit anything.
Okay.
Do you need some sort of? Are you saying you need some sort of specialisation to shoot from horseback, Kev? Or...
Nope, not at all.
So I'll take a pot shot. Anything that'll reduce their numbers?
Please do. Here we go. Make money.
Boom.
Eesh. Did that include your... I mean, even at a -4, that's still 19. Holy shit. So 6 points of damage. All right. You have his attention now. So you're all charging along, and you graze this the guy. He turns around, and you can see he is dressed in dark leathers. He does not have the look of a sorcerer. He has the look of something else. And you can see he retrieves something from his belt.
This is ray gun. This is the guy that I suspect has got this gun thing, yeah? The one I was shooting at before.
Who was also shooting at you? Actually, he wasn't shooting you. He was shooting at the rest of you guys. Oh, man. What happens if your horse gets paralyzed?
Then I'll have to chase after him on foot.
Exactly. You son of a...
You will launch yourself like a missile, soaring into the air with a hammer.
All right.
Jeez, man, that is lashing down.
Oh, here we go. Saddle fire. Oh, where'd you... 249. Thanks, George.
No problem.
Choose down on technique.
Figured I'd make myself useful.
There you go. More useful, you mean?
Well,
Okay.
in this case, I'm not helping my companion.
-4 penalty. You see that?
Yeah.
It's all up here. There's nothing else up there, but boy.
I can tell you right now what my next character is going to be.
And Arlen was right about the cataphract.
That cataphract had a bonus?
No penalty. Well, it's cataphract suffers no penalty when firing while trotting.
When trotting, okay.
Yeah.
His canter and gallop penalties are... Of course, the game has differences in the, the pace your horse is going. Oh, I love this game. Okay, 249. Is that under charge attacks?
No, it was just under the advanced melee options.
I'm on 249, and what I'm showing is like the set spear versus charge and the mounted combat.
Oh, sorry. Nope, that's the wrong page.
Okay.
Sorry. It's the section with where you can set arrows. It's that area. So
oh, okay, got it. Yeah. Okay. Saddle fire, got it. Yep, 257.
Yeah, 257. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So walking mount is half movement, trot is base, canter is 2 times, and gallop is 3. So you guys are going to have to be at a gallop if you want to be keeping up with these things, because that's what they're doing. So the upside is this enemy takes a -3 to try and hit you. Now, let's make one more check here, guys. Each of you make another test for me, please.
Oh, man.
Let's see what happens here. Nice, Artair. Okay, nice, Gwen. Nice, Kane. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so here's the distance that you guys find yourselves at. Let's check with these guys. Okay. So, we have, for Artair, you are going to be at, in the course of this charge, you have a choice of 2 things. Do you want to be at long range for this? You've been held up for whatever reason. Or do you want to be at short range, so like close to melee, but you'll have to avoid a... nice Walker's Britain. Awesome. I didn't know you were a big hiker there, Colin.
Yeah, I like the outdoors.
Ooh.
I don't get to do as much as I would like to, but
You know who happens to live at the foot of the Rocky Mountains
yourself?
and has space for if you want to visit.
Do you ski as well, Kev?
No, I grew up in a landlocked province and poor, or not well off at least, so we didn't ski.
Okay.
I cross-country ski, but I don't downhill ski.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah, no, cross-country I like it quite a bit, but... All right, so Artair, what are you thinking? You can be really close up to these guys in the course of this scene, or you can be further away. If you're close up, you will have face a challenge of some kind.
Why not go for it? Let's be close up to him.
Yes. Okay.
Adventurers.
So then,
Heroes.
I think that what's happening is you guys are, once again, you're sort of like weaving back and forth between the defenses that they've set out in this field, anticipating an attack from you guys. And I think it's going to be, you don't have any related skills for horseback stuff, right?
Not just my kind of natural fighter ability.
Okay. So I think that, it'll be you coaxing this thing to get over one of the, two of these soldiers have ridden around this thing. You suddenly find it there. Why don't you give us an agility test? See if you can leap over this and then do a melee attack on these guys.
You mean a test of dexterity again?
A test of dexterity, yeah. What did I say?
Yeah.
Agility?
You said agility.
What
yeah.
game am I talking about? Jesus.
Mutants and Masterminds?
Yeah, good lord. Now you know.
That would be an interesting blend.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so now let's do a second one here. So that just means that I was being overly punishing. Dave, you can actually have your Astonishing Fortune back. I was a little overly mean with that first one. Why don't you give me a second test, and this will tell us. Right now, you're just sort of, you leap, but the horse kind of stutters for a second, and they're able to get away before you can make an attack. But let's see if you can improve that. So you don't fall out of the horse, but you don't get to make your attack on him. Let's see here. Next is Kane. Kane. So actually, you've got a free and clear way of getting up to them. So you're able to make a clear charge directly in towards them, and you're going to be at melee range. Now you can choose to just hold back and make a missile attack.
No, that's not going to happen.
Okay. So you're just tossing that bow aside, or what?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. Now let's see here. And
Easy come, easy go. I can make bows all day.
Okay. So, and you can. You're going for the guy in the black leather, right?
Yeah.
The one with the pistol, sure. So
Yeah.
let's do this. Give me another. What are we gonna do here? Actually, you did pretty well in your thing, so I think you're fine. So go ahead and give us a attack roll, melee attack roll. You toss that bow aside, that hammer comes out.
Yeah. Wind it up. Douche.
Here we go. Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Wham! Hammers this guy's back, and he kind of... that is a big hit on him. Next is Gwen. So, Gwen, you've... Ooh. So, Gwen, you actually got as good a result as you possibly could have on this. So, in spite of a little bit of a stumble at first, where do you see Gwen positioning herself? You have a choice of any range that you want to be at on anyone else. You guys are running, like, this is closer to the enemy camp at this point. You're, charging back and forth through the lines. The horses are trying to find out their, or the cavalrymen are both trying to lose you guys, and also trying to get into this camp to collect their shit and and go. Where do you want to get, Gwen?
Do their mounts have barding?
Their mounts do have barding, yeah.
Okay. So hitting the horse is going to be just as hard as hitting getting past the armor is going to be just as hard on the horse.
Way easier to hit the horse, if that's what you want to do. They have barding, but they don't have the full plate that the troops do.
Yeah, I'll shoot for the horses, take the horses down.
Okay.
And then we have to, trample guys or...
Sure. Go ahead.
Let Arter and Kane clean them up.
Yep.
AC5 is probably not going to do it. That's with no
actually,
penalty.
that's chain. They don't have a dex bonus, so that's a hit. And one of the horses rears. Let me make a test for the guys. That is a big fat fail. So one of the guys, as they're charging by, you hit the horse rears up, and this heavy, mounted guy falls off the side, thwomp, hits the ground. Now this guy...
Do we assume this whole group, what we see on the screen, is moving? This is...
Yeah, this is all... It's all in motion. We're sort of abstracting the whole chase here into a series of actions. or in a series of scenes. I'm gonna have. I need actually a bunch of these guys to make tests here. Give for them. All right, so now they're going. So I'm gonna have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. We're gonna come in on Kane. Make the tests for these guys. One of them isn't able to get in on you, Kane. Both of them are able to get on you, Gwen. Both of them are able to get on you, Arter. All right, so the guy who has the pistol needs to make a test as well. He passes it. So you hammer him. It throws like to the side. He sort of gets so close to the. I'm picturing, you know, those like the spikes out the side of a enemy encampment. You sort of boxed him in there, and he sort of has to duck underneath these things. Manages to slow his horse just a bit, so you get up a little ahead. The horse comes in behind. He pulls out his pistol, and he's gonna try and shoot you. You know, someone recently had said that all D&D is westerns. I'm beginning to think there may be something to that.
Yeah.
All right, so it takes the -4 to hit you, and 17. Uh-oh. However, I need a saving throw from you, please. Death saving throw for Kane.
Okay, then.
Nice.
Awesome. So you are slowed right now. So it's not your. I guess basically what it means is it just reduces your attack rate. So you can feel a weird sense of lethargy. The world sounds kind of muffled after you're hit with this. It doesn't hurt so much as it is just a really disorienting feeling. And it feels, I think, that, you know, where the horse felt, you know, charging along at full gallop and difficult to control before, it is, you know, twice as it feels like the horse has just gone mad and is trying to buck you off because it's moving so fast in comparison to where you are. The two that are on Arter, they come and swing their big long swords at you. It's only one, nat 20. 3 is +2 damage. So you take 9 points of damage. DR applies, Arter. And then on Gwen, that's not going to hit. It's not going to hit. And then Kane, you've only got one other one on you. 19 is going to hit you. So you're slowed down by that one, and then one of those troops comes riding up directly towards you and tries to take you down. But it's only 1 point of damage, so your DR will protect that. Hits that big lion on your chest, and you guys have recovered. All right, so that's the end of that round. Let's go another round. Can I please have tests from each of you guys? Let's see here. It's Arter, Kane, and Amar. Okay, Kane. Oof, yeah, that makes sense for...
Amar's getting hit now? Awesome.
Oh, not Amar, sorry. No, sorry.
I was like, hey.
He is fast.
Ooh. Okay, Arter. Oof. Okay. Doesn't mean you fail. Just means that you only... I'll tell you what I was doing afterwards, guys. Okay. So first up is with Arter. Arter, there is something that's going to happen right now that is going to change this fight. What do you think that is? So some development has happened, and then you'll be able to act immediately. But something has happened that will change circumstances in this fight.
What do you mean, like how big? Like a horse throwing a horseshoe, or like one of the guys going into one of the pits?
That could be it. I mean, the horse, something that would impose like a persisting penalty on one of the other ones. You could have seen, and do you want that to be on the sort of the boss that Kane is fighting?
That sounds good.
Okay. So he's fired that thing, and then we see the horse, you know, throws its shoe, so he lurches to the side. I'll have to make a test for him. He fails. So he's spending his whole round keeping his horse under control. He will not be able to attack this round. Actually, he falls. I just rolled the follow-up one. So he hits you, and then the horse leaves that. He rides to the side, and then it hits that low-hanging... Hey, what are you doing? Anna just came out of nowhere. Surprise attack!
Send in the dogs! Send in the dogs!
What are you doing, you fall? So the... yeah, he's hit by this thing, falls off, and he is clear unconscious now. Because that's what I was going to do to you guys if you failed. Now, Arthur, you get to make your action. What are you doing?
So I'm gonna attack the guys around me.
Please do.
Is this
Favored round?
How are we? Yeah, favored. Okay. Well, then I will do one attack with the longsword. That's pretty good.
That's one guy down.
Second attack with the longsword. That's pretty good too.
Ooh. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So those two are annihilated. Next is so that was you. Which means I need to do that. Then it's actually them. Well, he's unconscious, so I don't need him. Next is these guys, and they're all sort of turned. You know, they've been yelling at each other. They're all turning and charging in. So let's move these guys in here. There we go. And this is again like fairly abstracted here. We're not. They're not literally turning around and going back. This is just the scrum that's happening. Maybe about 50 yards from their, or it's probably right outside their encampment. All right. There we go. There we go. And I'm only going to let half of them attack because they otherwise would not have had the movement to get in. All right, so we got 2 on Gwen. Gwen, your AC is currently
Shieldless.
minus shieldless, so a 0. So yeah, that's a miss. And then I got 3. Arter, your AC is a 2.
Yes.
Those are all misses. And then Kane, your AC is a -1. No, 1 with without shield. So, and those are all misses on you. So all these guys.
AC is only 2.
Gwen's AC is only 2 right now.
She's wearing field plate. She's AC 2.
Do you have a Dex modifier?
No.
No Dex modifier. You don't have any magic items?
No, she's only been here for like 6 sessions. So.
Okay, no, I'm not sure.
Somehow she's got field plate and a magic flail.
Oh,
and I'm
right.
Like, wow,
so
sure,
it's,
yeah.
when you've got your shield out, that's when it reduces it to 0, I guess, hey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, -1 is versus missile attacks. Is that right? What does shields give? -1 or +1
Her
or?
shield, what shield she has is +1 versus melee and +2 versus missile. So she's 1 versus melee with the shield and 0 with.
I don't know why I've got it at 0 then. I got 0/-1. Well, anyway. All right. So then, let's see here. Next is Kane. Kane.
How am I affected by this slowed thing, Kev? Do I get a go this round?
Yes. We'll just have you do 1 attack this round.
Okay. Right. Boom.
Oh, and I do need you to make. You've run into an obstacle as well. That's a massive hit. One of these guys is down. Boom. And I do need you to make a another agility test for me, or a dexterity test for me, please.
Yeah.
Just because you run into a challenge. Challenge. Oof. Okay. Give us 1 more. Let's see if it's both failure, then you're off the horse. Yeah. Okay. So you are dismounted as well too. In the course of fighting these guys, you your horse staggers to the side, bucks a little bit, and you fall off onto the ground. Then it is last Gwen. What are you doing?
Gwen is going to draw her sword and attack.
Okay. Woof.
She'll has the bow in the offhand. Just don't want to drop it in case they try.
Okay, and that's enough to kill one of these guys. Their hit points. You know, it's something I've noticed in the last a couple of sessions too. I will never use flat hit points ever again. It just rolling hit points for adversaries. Like I know 5th edition has that like set amount on it. It's just so much more interesting when you roll it because of the unpredictability of whether that strike will take them down or not. When you know every time it takes 2, like imagine I used average health for these guys or max health for these guys, and you knew every time it took 2 hits to go down. Yeah. So,
well, then players are metagaming and they're thinking, okay, well, I can attack this guy and then I can attack that guy because I know that if I do more than 5 damage, he's dead.
Exactly. It adds that extra little bit of unpredictability and kind of. And it's
I quite often use average hit points in 5e, and did find it is super convenient, but it does get a little bit monotonous if you've got a bit of combat, especially something like that Siege. And it's just rinse and repeat, 2, 2, 3, 3.
Well, it's just as easy to roll hit points especially for low hit dice creatures, it's just as easy to roll hit points as you're going.
Yeah, that's what I did. So so someone hits them, the hero hits them, they're a bit of a mook. I just roll the hit points, they're either dead or alive.
Yeah. It's Schrodinger's goblin.
Not roll up 20 times at the start.
No, exactly. Schrodinger's goblin, right? Like, we don't know what his hit dice is until you expose.
That's right.
Until you hit it, we don't know how hard it is.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so then what this requires then is a reshifting of situations here. So inside the camp, Malo, you're stabilized right now. You guys are sort of getting, you're getting your defenses back up and making sure that people are dead. There's probably prisoners in the same sense that there's a lot of your troops that have survived. There are prisoners you can take as well if you like. Not anyone who has been, set on power level 9 for 6 minutes like Amar did to those troops at Arcadius. But for the others, all right. So then let's see. All 3 who are outside, please give me another dexterity test, please.
I'm on the floor now, Kev.
Totally fine. Yep. It just means that you're going to suffer some.
Okay.
Arter, pretty good. Kane, pretty good. Okay, and Gwen, not great, but that's okay. All right, so then what we've got up first up is going to be Arter or Kane actually. So Kane, you're still going to be slowed for a while. Oh boy. I figured out why there's a fly in here. And apparently they are very tasty. Because she chases them around the house trying to eat them. It's going to be really unfortunate when she finds wasps.
Hopefully she'll learn after one of them.
Yeah. She is quite smart, but... all right, so then... I was checking to see what the duration is for that slow. 1 turn, so 10 minutes, yeah. So you stagger up to your... Actually, that's going to have to be what you do, I guess, is stagger to your feet this round.
Okay.
Yep. Then next up will be Arter. Arter, what are you doing?
I'm attacking. Do I get my heroic fighting versus 1 hit die creatures
against these fuckers? You sure do.
These guys?
You sure do. And I'm gonna let you guys count every round as a favored round because we're sort of abstracting the combat here anyway.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna hit them a bunch of times.
Please do.
There you go.
1, not so good damage.
Okay, but let's see what. How tough is this guy? He's pretty fucking tough. So that, but you take him down on that second stroke though. Oof. Yeah, you don't even need to roll a crit for that one. That one does not hit.
Nope.
Okay. That one does.
Nice.
And let's see here. That's actually enough to take him down. Boom. All right. So there's this, furious melee around where you are. Let me make a morale check for these guys because I think they may be chickening out. What's up, sweetie? Okay, so yes, they definitely are chickening out. Then it is, let's see here. Then it's their turn. And, no, Anna, come on. Hi, I know you're trying to help. Anna wants me to add trolls in, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. She's a killer DM. It's brutal. Okay. And people say that they're, they find pets like themselves. Who knows? So I got 3 on Gwen here. And that's no hits. I got 3 on Arter. 1 hit on Arter, but I think your armor may... Oops, 7 points of damage. DR does apply. And I got 4 that are trying to hammer shit down on the slowed Kane. Your adversary in leather, unconscious completely. There are no hits on you, Kane. These things are swinging and attacking at you, but you're able to swing that massive hammer of yours around, keeping everyone at a distance. And then finally, we have Gwen. Ugh.
Yikes. That's ugly.
Okay, so that's not a great hit. You can treat this as a favored attack round, too, if you want to make a second attack. You're fighter as well, right?
She's specialized in longsword.
No, but also...
But if you're a fighter, you get to double your attack rate versus one-hit die creatures.
Right.
And these are, yeah. So you will have 3 attacks, I think, this round.
Nice.
Then. That's a hit. Let's see if it gets through. Just take him down. It does take him down. Oh, and that one, yep, he does not have... Cannot possibly have enough... Oh, but that's at AC 8, so no, never mind. Great damage. Solid hit. Yeah. Turns out it's good to invest in armor. So, in that brings us to the end of that round, guys. I need to make another morale test. These guys, okay. So I know what they're doing. Each of you make another test, please. Ooh, Kane. I got some good news for you, bud. There's another one of these dramatic changes to the fight. What do you think is going to happen that's going to dramatically change things in your favor?
Good question. Maybe like one of my one of these adversaries by me. Maybe they've thrown out some caltrops on the field amongst the other like tricks.
Sure, yeah.
And their horse just stands on one and it rears up and maybe they scatter or something like that.
Okay, love it. And you, I think you will also see someone else arrive here. Gwen. Oh, Gwen failed. Okay. So then, Kane, you were up first. Let me see when there's other things happening. Okay. Gwen, so you're up first there. Kane, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go over to the.
Oh, you're a fighter as well too, guys. You all have. So you would have doubled attacks, but it's halved because of the slowed. So you still have 2 attacks per round. So you go ahead and make your 2 attacks here. Let's see what happens. Come on, big money. That is a massive hit. So one of them goes, even in spite of being mounted, it goes by you. But this is the, what do you call it? It's the fight at the end of Conan where the big hammer guy knocks him off the horse. Oh, you see blood spit out of his helm. Second attack. Oh, God. And then he fall up on the second one. Boom, boom, 2 down. Then next will be Arter.
All right, some more attacks. 1.
Okay.
No.
Right across their armor.
That's better.
That finds. Yep.
3.
Oh,
there
geez.
we go.
That one is a -7. You put your sword sideways through the slit in his helm, and back and out without any kind of, no net kind of stroke. Then it'll be Gwen. We go, Gwen. That is a hit. That might kill. Let's check hit dice. Does not take him down. Oh, that doesn't either. Last one. Come on. Nope. So, yeah. All right. So then it is their turn. So these 2, Kane and Arter, give me parting strikes against these guys. Because they are trying to get the F out of dodge.
Gwen did 8 damage last round to a guy, but he didn't fall with this attack.
Oh, some guy? Then
round
yes,
finish.
yeah, he's down. So you got only one left. All right. And the two fighting you, Gwen, both of them are still attacking. Neither of them actually manages to get through your armor. However, then you see something. There's a bird that sort of flies down and lands just above you, Kane. And in a blink of an eye, you instead see standing there Beergild.
Aye.
And
Is this the witch?
Yeah.
That's the witch. Okay.
the witch.
I don't truck
Nice.
with witches.
I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know. I could make an exception.
Oh, I said truck though. That was a different story.
All right. So she gestures towards the two enemies, and she says something in Old Norse that you don't understand. And one of the warriors you're fighting, Gwen. Oh, I need to make a save for it technically. One of the warriors that you're fighting screams out, throws its shield and its sword to the ground, and is yelling out, "I'm blind! I'm blind!" The other is going to try and flee. Gwen, make your parting strike against it.
Negative.
No, okay, so that one gets away, but you are easily able, if you want to cut this blind one down, you can just do that, or you can try and take a prisoner. Your choice.
We have enough prisoners. Kill him.
Okay. What does it look like as you cut him down?
He's yelling, "I'm blind." He's got his hands up like this, and Gwen just like hits him right across the wrists and through the throat and through the other wrist. And it just
Nice.
goes,
Okay, and he falls down dead. All right, guys. So, there are probably still some stragglers that are making their way around, but I will leave it to you guys to decide how that sort of resolves. You have control over, as they say, the battle space. So you have the man in dressed all in black. He is unconscious but not dying. So you have them as a prisoner as well, guys. Let's head back to the main map here and talk about what's going to happen next. So, and this all happened fairly quickly as well, too. Let's see here, was this the... Ooh, that's a little too... Okay, hold on, I need to find something's a little less... Okay. Now, so as you guys ride back to the to Ironfang Keep, what do you take this guy prisoner, Kane, or is he bound for another world now?
No, I'll take him prisoner. I'm happy enough to have knocked him down.
Okay.
I'll sling him out. I'll like pick him up and none too delicately.
Yep.
Chuck him over a horse.
Sure.
Just put a couple of wraps of rope or some sort of horse harness or something, and lash him to the saddle.
Okay. So you do
empty his pockets and that, because if he's bouncing along and anything, I don't want anything dropping out.
Of course.
Make sure he can't talk. He's a wizard, isn't he?
But wizards mostly need their arms in order to cast spells in this setting, or in this game at least.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about that. If he gets funny, I'm just gonna smack him with a hammer, and that'll be that. He's had his chance. He's had his chance. If if he wants to carry on fighting, bring it on. So he's tied to the horse, and what happened to the witch lady? She popped up and.
So she popped up and she
did that thing.
Yep, did that thing.
Something.
So let's pick up from there. So the rest of the army is defeated. Beergild is appearing above you, and with a gesture, you find that the slowed condition is dispelled from you.
Oh. Good.
And she looks down at you, Kane, and makes eye contact with Arter, with Gwen, and looks down once again at you, Kane. She says, "Then you are the master of Ironfang Keep."
I just sort of like just do the head thing. I don't say nothing. I just do the head thing.
Okay. So she steps down from where she has perched herself, and she's a little more.
It's just because I'm out of breath. It's because I'm out of breath.
Right.
That's awesome. So she kind of gingerly makes her way down the post that she had positioned herself on and joins you guys, and then will accompany you with her familiar, with the owl familiar, back to the encampment. So when you all reach back, you can say anything or ask any questions of her if you like. Otherwise, we'll just have her join all of you guys back in the main encampment, or the main keep itself. What's happened in the interim while this this chase has happened outside of the walls?
So I had a note that before all this happened, Kane gave Reagan his healing potion to give to Malo, so she gave him that.
Right, and how much did you...
I would have done 2 doses, or the full dose, so that's what, 2d4 plus 2?
2d4 plus 2, correct, yeah.
Yep. Hey, I actually remember something once in a while. So,
all right.
So that was not very good, but...
So 6. Does that bring you back to positive, Malo?
Yeah, then I'm at +2.
Yep.
Excellent.
That's excellent.
Okay. So then, what... and Prey to the Tundra Tiger is stabilized. Yace and the Tundra Tiger was ensorcelled before, but has been freed now.
Yep.
Then
Reagan kind of goes around to the rest of the troops and is just talking to them, and basically pointing out the fact that they took out the Second Sons and held off their army.
Okay.
So effectively trying to raise their morale.
I think Malo, once he finds out what happened after he went down, orders the remaining members of our army to round up any Second Sons mercenaries.
Okay. So I think that
she actually goes over to Unico though and says, I'm sorry for your loss. I saw what happened. I couldn't do anything to help. I wish I could have.
He nods and says, "Thank you." My brother knew the risk, though. This kind of shrugs and says, "This is the life."
Yep. She says, "Well, we're still happy to have you."
And he looks around at the carnage in the courtyard and says, "Such as it is, we are still with you." So what about Amar and Malo, once Malo regains consciousness?
Well, he was going on to round up the enemy mercenaries, any enemy mercenaries that were hurt.
So I think you managed to recover maybe like 8 or 10 more prisoners from the ranks, but they seem to be in full rout across the plains. Though knowing these lands the way you do, they're traveling across Thule, especially without preparation, is dangerous. Yeah. So you likely, over the next couple of days, you can probably pick up a couple other stragglers who decide to make their way back to the camp and decide it's they'd rather make their or see their fate with you guys than risk what's out there, the trolls, the centipedes, the walking dead.
Well, yeah, and I don't hold a lot against them, being a mercenary myself. So I totally understand the job that they do. So I don't equate them with the Second Sons themselves.
Okay.
So I'm happy to let them go and return if they want. But I'll let my other companions decide how they want to treat them.
Sure. So, when you guys all get back, the Amar, Malo, and Reagan, you can see that Beer Guild is accompanying them. because I don't think you've seen her since before the Second Sons attacked.
No.
So, what happens next, guys? We can sort of abstract time. Like, there's not going to be anything coming up in the next day or so. We can sort of talk about what's happening over the next couple of days. Oh, did we lose? I think we might have lost Arlen. 1 second here. Oh, you're still in the hangout, just in Roll20. We lost him.
It looks like he's in my roll 20. Oh, now he's gone.
Yep. Boom, he's back.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, as Beer Grilled, as a lot of you guys come in, what's going to happen next, guys?
I mean, I'd like to know if she knows what happened to Barislav or the other spellcaster.
Sure. So we can picture this as kind of like the evening of that day. You guys are all in your like command tent with Inigo, with did your sidekick, the guy, did he die too? Oh no, so both Inigo's not the brother. Inigo's
are
he's your sidekick. Yeah, both of them are at a brothers died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he he's second level now. Someone give me a D10 roll. Let's see how many hit points he's got. Because the amount of shit he's faced with you guys. 9. Not bad.
Isn't it just like a 5 on one level and 6 at the next level? Or?
He's an NPC, so I'll let you.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
So he's
for
better
PCs.
than most of us.
All right.
That's fine.
That's right.
Yeah, because it also means you can roll a 2, right, for it.
Yeah.
You guys start at max hit points at first level. So
I just wanted to make sure I was using the right system because I leveled
absolutely.
left front, so.
Yeah. Okay, so what Beer Grilled tells you is that if you haven't found Barislav thus far, you can plunder their camp. But if you haven't found him, you will not find him.
Mm-hmm.
He is an illusionist. She cannot do it today, but she gestures to the blackened, the continual darkness, or the shroud of darkness that envelops the southeastern tower, and she says she can deal with that.
I mean, I would love to have her, depending on how much time she has, teach me how to detect the spell, but
she looks. Now, I don't think because of she's a different tradition.
Oh, she is.
Right, because the way it works in Ash is it needs to be from your tradition. I think you don't need to. Even if a spell appears on 2 different lists, you can't learn it if it's not your tradition.
Cool.
I think that's how it works. Isn't that? Because I think we went through this.
Make that to me.
I think you're right, but let me go see.
Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind checking, just because I think we went through that when we found those scrolls in that cave, in the spider cave. What you find, if I'm wrong about that, then that means there are some new spells you guys can learn. But what you guys, let's see here. What you guys find in the course of sacking their camp. Scrolls in the spider cave. Nice.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So, you find that someone has made off with some of the war chest that the mercenaries had there, but they do manage to recover some money. They weren't able to bring everything. So you guys net the equivalent of about 2,000 GP worth of goods and whatever, or loose coins. But definitely the army made off with some of that, or someone in the army made off with some of the goods there. What else do you need to know? This guy, if you ask, what she tells you is that this is Ennius, the one that you captured there, Kane.
Mm.
He's the one with the esoteric knowledge and the spells and whatnot, and a range of different spells. You also recover that. Let's see here. Come to each other. A witch cannot copy from a magician's book. Okay, I thought so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay,
Makes
so
sense.
that's unfortunate for you guys. I need to start introducing more spells for you then.
That's right. I have one spell. That's good.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So what you find? And thanks for looking that up, Will. What else you find? There's so there is foodstuffs in there, but what Bear Guild tells you is to not eat any of it because it has all spoiled.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Magically.
Her eyebrow arcs up.
I thought so.
The herbs that she had them collect.
It appears that the reason, if you talk to some of the prisoners, the attack on your camp was precipitated by a temper tantrum of epic proportions from Arcadius Blasivarius when he found that all of his food stores had been spoiled.
Oh, nice.
So Beer Guild had to put them in a position where it was all or nothing, which is perhaps why they pushed things there. It also is likely why she knew that this was going to be the last day of attack. Now, she tells you to burn all of the corpses lest you want their spirits to return, particularly in this place. Though she tells you that actually does not guarantee that they will be gone. Those that lose their lives in this place, she calls it a conjunction, that it is uncertain where their spirits go unless escorted off by a priest.
Man, it's too bad our cleric died in like the first day of fighting.
Yeah. Well, it's also... Didn't someone else die here?
Oh yeah, Jason died here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So...
But we burned him, did we not?
Yes.
We give him a proper sending off, didn't we?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right, but none of you were priests.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm a cleric subclass.
And
I am religious.
That may very well be. But unless you have the ability to cast priestly spells...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't need your stinking spells, Madison.
You're the guy who's who's wandering around, Walmart, claiming to be law enforcement. I'm an LPO. So then, let's see here. We'll take our mid-session break in a moment here, guys. But let's kind of frame what we're going to do with the rest of the session. So what I think we'll do for the rest of the session. Obviously, there's some magic items that you guys are going to want to identify in here. You guys will want to figure out what your sort of next step is, and if you have questions for Beer Guild, and the interrogation of Ennius as well too, is probably something that you'll want to engage in. And there's those stragglers. I'm picturing that we can sort of, this is gonna be the next like 3-4 days worth of time. I can tell you nothing else is going to, of interest is going to happen unless you guys choose to, say, open that portal again. Because I think that what you last heard was that just before the attack, the stranger went down there.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
Investigate that.
So let's...
Make sure it's closed for now.
Yeah, and figure out how to deal with it. So let's take our mid-session break right now, and then we will... Nice. So Ricardo says, just go for the criticals, avoid the fumbles. I don't know. Come on, guys. Like, how hard is that? Come on, just do it.
I like that idea.
Howdy, Ricardo.
Yeah,
howdy, Hopi.
I'll do that
Brian.
going forward.
Been trying to convince Roll20 of that for how many years?
Yeah, really. All right, cool. So we'll take our mid-session break right now, guys. We will be back in about 5 minutes, folks, and then we will carry on with the fallout from the final siege of Ironfang Keep. So back in a moment.
Cue up the German techno music here. Steve's absence.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Really nice to see. Thanks, Ricardo. And Hopi, same goes for AC. If players know exactly the number they need to roll, then it kills tension. Totally agree. Yeah. I mean, players will eventually figure out once they see what hits and what doesn't. But I agree. Hopi says in chat, for having AC predictable kills the tension. I agree. It fits in with that whole, like, the descriptive thing where I always go out of my way to describe precisely what they're seeing rather than seeing, like, say, goblin or say, even when it's a monster that they're aware, that they're familiar with. I really prefer to try to describe it as much as I can, just because it... often I throw a curveball at the players so they don't... What they think they're fighting isn't necessarily what they are actually fighting. Although, of course, you guys usually end up guessing what we're dealing with. I'm going to hit refresh on here. I'm getting some artifacts hanging, so I'll be right back, guys. Will, next up, I'm doing the portrait for Rilligo right now, but next up will be Chael.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that was Rilligo when first spoke to the sketch. Even armor.
I'm really pleased. And then the final will be Nox. I think I've got everyone in the Night Below
I thought
campaign.
Nox was done.
I do have an idea for Nox that's going to be a bit different too. Because I was just, I keep forgetting, like, when I had forgotten how strong he is.
Yes.
And is his con pretty good as well?
Yeah. He should be a fighter.
Yeah, no, it's going to be... I've got a real good idea of how I'm going to draw him to make him look different. One of my favorite comic artists is Alan Davis, and in particular because Alan Davis does such different physiques for all his characters. When he was working on Excalibur in particular, his second run on Excalibur, like, every one of those characters you could tell if you saw just the silhouette, absent the tail, you'd still know it was Nightcrawler because of the way he drew him, right? And each of the women, similarly too, Kitty and Megan and Rachel all looked completely different. I'm going to do so. I've got an idea for how I'm going to do Malo.
Cool.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it may turn out garbage, so we'll...
No, that sounds great. I love it.
Malo's going to look like Kitty.
Hey, check this out, right? Check this out.
Mythos.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's terrific.
Hellenistic beer.
Nice.
That's great.
So technically it's Mythos?
It's Mythos, yeah. It's a Greek beer.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's
Awesome. It's maddeningly delicious. So the chase thing we did there, just because I was reading so much of it, is basically I was using chase rules from Savage Worlds.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so every what I would do is drawing a card for each of you guys, and then if you made your success, you'd get an extra card as well too, and then let's go from highest to lowest, and they would dictate where you were in the battle. So I kind of fucked it up at the beginning there, but it's it can be a lot of fun. All right. So then we were talking to Beer Guild. What have you guys? What is going to be happening over the next little bit here, guys? And we can role play this stuff out, or we can just talk it out. I am at your disposal.
Well, I guess the first question is: do we have a sense of how long Beer Guild will stick around to discuss things with us, or is she basically taking off immediately?
She is a witch, so
so we might not have time. So just.
Well, we could invite her in to come and sit down, and we'll prepare some food and make an occasion of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. What time is it actually at this point?
That attack happened in the morning, so like you guys have most of the day. Like it's the whole thing, even with grabbing stragglers and things like that. Like I think all of that is still done by about you know, 11 o'clock or noon.
So it's brunch.
The traditional
like,
post-siege
get rid of the bodies
brunch.
and clean up the keep and.
Yeah, so that will be an all-day kind of thing there too, and you can press gang the survivors into doing that stuff.
And we'll place lookouts up on the towers and top of the keep as well.
Yeah.
So, and Reagan will everybody who needs it will get 10 hit points back as she shares the
Wow.
horn.
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay.
And
Let's maybe collect. We'll collect everyone so it's clear here. I'm going to put everyone's token all kind of together in the courtyard. It's easy.
And she
to
seems a little surprised by something, like when she does that, like it was a little more effective than previously. And she gets thoughtful and she pulls out her bow, and starts carving a symbol in a rune.
Okay.
Cool.
One hand on the bow, one hand on the rune.
Okay.
She carved.
Awesome.
So this is. Do I have everyone there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7, 8 is the total. So, Preda, you can give it to 8 people. Reagan. What's the total? We said.
I want to say 6.
6 is okay. Oh.
I want to say
So
6.
1, 2, 3. So yeah. So the guys
That's
here,
right.
Preda and Iffy will not benefit from it, but the rest of you guys gain 10 hit points each. I think everyone can benefit from that. Still.
Yeah, once I'm cast, the entire contents must be imbibed within 6 rounds.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Iffy, Carl couldn't make it today because he's got a con he's going to, but he did throw his hat in the ring for a couple pieces of the loot.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
black
was
armor
stats.
or the magic spear or the bastard sword. Okay, so
Can Beergold help us with identifying things? Because I don't know if anybody else here has the ability to do that.
she. Oh, I don't know if that's on the list. I don't think she will be willing to do that though.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am curious to see if it's on their witch's spell list, but
Yeah.
identify is not. Oh, identify is, but it's a 2nd level spell for them.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the witch spell list is a little wonky. Now, who's the lowest hit points is probably
Malo.
yeah, of the guys that are here. Oh yeah, Malo's at 12, but Preda is at 5.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it's 5 out of 16 though, so both Malo and Herb are about equally injured.
Yeah, we're about a third, yeah.
Iffy is down to 18 out of 28. So I'll leave it to you to decide how you want to spread those around. So Beergold will not. She says your loot is your own, but I will not help you count your coppers.
Fair.
So then this, where is the prisoner?
Well, he was last seen tied to a horse. So I'm imagining we just
You tied him to a horse?
we tied him to a horse to get him back into the keep.
are you talking about? She's talking about Sakomo.
Oh, sorry, that prisoner.
Yeah.
We've got so many prisoners; they all start to look the same.
Yeah. All right. So she shakes her head, and she'll make her way into the keep uninvited and down into the basement. If any who follow,
Well, she's
her,
invited in because she's coming for brunch. I thought she would come for brunch.
well, the most important thing for her right now is to get to that basement. Once you guys get in, and when she sees the active portal, she will, with a gesture, kind of it shuts down that purple lightning that's running around, or electricity that's running around the outside of this thing. It shuts down, and that portal disappears. And she says, "You treat this thing so casually."
I
It
wasn't.
was off last time we saw it.
Yes. We believe the prisoner.
She walks
Went
over to
through.
the room where Skakomo was held, looks in, looks around, walks out, and she says, "He is gone then." Do you know what sleeps on that far side?
We do not.
Things older than any of us, and things eager to gain a foothold here. Those that would reshape the world to their own horrific likings. You are masters of this, but there is more to the... there's more to mastering this than... Oh, how does she phrase it? She says... You best keep closer watch over your prize, lest you find yourselves overrun yet again.
So you don't advise we use this portal? You advise against it?
If you use it, I would recommend taking great care. You've proved yourself capable. Defeating Blasivarius' army tells me that you have strength of arm, but do you have the wisdom to make use of this in a prudent manner? The enemies of man wait, sleeping on the far side.
Oh, well, I'll be the first to lay no claim on wisdom. I'm still a young fella. I admit there's plenty to learn, but hopefully I have a good few years ahead of me to gain that wisdom and the long grey beard. For now, I smash goals.
She steps forward, and she's quite tall for a woman as well too, but still not quite as tall as you, Kane. But she steps forward and says, "The truest path to enjoying your gray beard and long life is early acquisition of wisdom." So, what else do you want?
Well, can you tell us what world lies on the other side of this portal? Strange to us.
These are distant lands, though not so distant.
Are they part of this world or another world?
Do you mean, is this of Thule?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
Thule has, even in its absence, it had or prior to its absence and capture by the Warlock King, the land, or the Warlock Prince, the land has storied history. Some of that is best left forgotten. It has been shaped by many hands and many wills over that time. One of those wills, she looks, these were enemies of, and she gestures to the clasp of the Rangers of Thule around, I think, Malo. You've got the one that's the older one. They were enemies. Your predecessors stood against them. If they're allowed to, with the return of Thule to the world, there will be many clamoring for power, many old things stirring. This...
Will they come... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So she gestures to the portal. This is but one gate of this conjunction, crafted by a crude and grasping people.
She answered my question very well. Are there these other portals? Are they near? Is something that we should seek out and gain control over?
This is one way that they have affected this. Do not concern yourself with doors that are open now instead of throwing more open. You do not know what waits behind those. Now, this, And she gestures to the apparatus around the portal. What did you do with the things that crafted these? What happened to them?
We destroyed their bodies.
Did you destroy them? So they are all dead.
Well, some escaped back to the other side of this portal. Others that remained, we destroyed.
And if you truly consider yourself a successor, and she gestures once again to the class, to your predecessors, they must be stopped. If they have access to that and they awaken what waits on the far side, you and we do not want something from the dawn of time returning. There are enough threats here.
Can they open this portal from the other side? We cannot lock it from this side, is that correct?
This, they can open, but both must be... You can activate the... Both can be activated from both sides.
Okay.
The door can be open both ways, but you can destroy what this is, or you can make use of it. If you destroy it, they will not be able to open the door, but that will leave them to do whatever deeds they want in the halls of the ancients.
Well, just so we know, in case it's required, are you able to tell us how this type of portal can be destroyed?
She looks at Kane and she taps the hammer. She says, "You are equipped with the necessary tools."
Okay, that will be our backup plan. Very well.
I fully understand. And I'm up to the task, should it be required.
Perhaps you will get that grey beard then.
Mm-hmm.
Gwen laughs. Croaky, screechy laugh.
Right.
Any other questions of Beergeld?
Do you know this warlock prince we have heard much of? Does he still exist? Is he potentially going to return to this land?
His will was such that this entire land moved at his command. He slumbered for long, for many ages, but with the return of some in my coven thought that the return of this world may herald a weakening of his power. But I fear that this may have been but a further step in his long plan. I don't know that his will has been extinguished, but I can tell you that his followers, his lieutenants, who followed him past death, they claim that he is still among them. And there is an ill will that brings the dead back from their graves. He and his kind were once masters of this land, and if he has survived in the heart of his stronghold, a place none in living memory have ever set eyes on, then we may face threats from within, in addition to those from outside of time.
see.
This, and she gestures at the keep. I trust you know that they took up arms against the Warlock Prince.
It was not entirely clear to us, but that confirms that.
This, and she gestures to the ruined tower, this should serve as a reminder. This was but one of his lieutenants. At his full power, the Warlock King could reduce cities to ruin.
Hmm.
And she looks over at you, Malo.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has told you your path.
Yes.
I see your future in ruins. Take care, lest you draw his attention.
I will do what I must and pray that I can survive along with my companions.
What is your intention, then? What do you plan for this place?
Well, it must be guarded, of course. That's the primary objective.
Indeed.
To prevent any others from gaining control over this portal. But I think my companions and I will have to discuss exactly how to proceed. It seems like we must travel beyond our world and through the portal to hunt down the travelers before they awaken whatever it is from its sleep.
So she kind of walks over to Jason, and the cat kind of, purrs or growls at her. She extends her hand out, and then the cat sort of comes in, and she is petting this thing that's easily as large as her. And she says, and your allies, what of them?
The Wemmick?
Is that what is that the name they gave for them?
It is. Is there a different name that we should know them by?
I think a people knows the name that they choose to be called by best.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You seek untraditional allies.
We seek to be allies with any who share our ideals.
They are an old people, and they know this land, and hold secrets that even that remain hidden even to my kind.
I rather like the Wemmick myself.
Yes.
She looks up at you and sort of gestures at the marking of your on your chest plate and says, "That is apparent."
I just sort of absent-mindedly just sort of said
Yeah.
it. I was probably thinking it and it just came out of my mouth.
No, it's great. So she and Jason seems completely contented or pacified in her at her touch. So she stands up. Then she says, "If you wish, I can bring word to your allies. They are not unknown to my kind, and we to them."
That would be most welcome.
There are others who may not. How does Archer feel, having been the prisoner of the Wemmick for, some time, and the rest of his allies having been eliminated by them, from what I recall?
Oh,
You're muted, Arlen. Yep.
I was muted. Yep. I think he's not quite so excited to hear about more interaction with the Wemmick, and that's probably why he was hiding out during the battle, is because those fucking tigers, they're who knows what they're gonna turn on.
Yeah.
They
So
seem
Birgil,
well trained, but that's just
yeah. Oh yeah, and you've no doubt seen them tear out the throats of your allies, at the fighting right alongside the Wemmick. So what message do you want her to bring to the Black Claw, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What message do you want to bring to the Black Claw?
Do we want to just sort of like relay the news, like what's been going on, and let them make their own?
Yeah, I think that makes sense because they've suffered a lot of losses. So allow them to know what's going on and decide for themselves whether they want to send some of their kind to us or not.
Rather than prevail upon them with some sort of request.
Yeah.
And we can tell them that the Tigers performed well and all that sort of thing.
Okay. So she'll bring that. Do you wish them to come, or you just wish to let them know what has occurred?
Well, I think just clue them in that we're in possession of the keep. Give them an update, really, and thank them once again for the gift of the Tigers. They performed admirably. They're in good health. Trust that they're well, and all that sort of stuff. Okay. All the pleasantries. Okay. I would like to, if I might be so bold as to inquire with Bear Guild. Where does she intend to head now? What is the path? How does the path lay for her, kind of thing?
With the mastery of Iron Fang Keep established, I need to meet with my sisters. There are things since this realm has returned to the world. There are many ever-changing. There's circumstances are ever-changing and many developments, and we feel it is prudent to keep abreast of all of those situations. I will return, though. And incidentally, guys, you can go ahead and increase your reputation or renown with the Coven by 3. And I think you guys have been tracking that on your character sheets, haven't you?
Yeah.
Good thing I never asked if there was a Mr. Bear Guild. It probably would have gone down by 3.
She does seem to be taken with your the spirit. Yeah, the what do you call it? So she is not off put by it, at least. So
are you guys just putting this in like class abilities or something?
I think it was on. Some of you guys have been tracking it on the first page. Like, you can edit it and add in a story.
Bio and info. Yeah. Okay.
I put it, and I happen to put it under Henchmen, Hirelings, Companions.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So, did anyone hit? One second here. Has anyone hit 5 points with the Coven? 5 renown?
No.
No. Okay. So what she leaves you with for each of you guys is a sprig of mistletoe.
Mm-hmm.
She says that if you wear this prominently, my sisters and our agents will know your allegiance. They'll be wary that others may know as well.
Does the Coven have outright enemies?
Indeed. Don't we all?
Yeah.
Is there anybody in particular that we should keep an eye out for that causes you trouble? Because I don't mind,
She kind of carefully chooses her words here.
You've helped us out. If we have the chance to maybe strike a blow for your cause, speaking for myself, I'm willing to.
The greatest threat we all face is ignorance. In the shadow of ignorance, our enemies move and plot. We remain uncertain of, Foxbeard's thing, Foxbeard's advisor, Rangvald the Trout. He has plans beyond what he wishes for Foxbeard and his ilk.
I can't say as I care for that trout much.
He has plans, and a man like that with plans, it seems best to assume that they are a danger than that they will be to benefit us and ours.
Cole's notes, who's this Foxbeard?
To Foxbeard. Foxbeard is
He's like Thane or whatever, isn't he?
Thane Thurmond Foxbeard. He's the guy who runs Tuleborg.
Okay.
It's his clan, the Foxbeard's clan of House Thurmond. They're the ones who, to be honest, they're the ones who granted you guys the land for Ironfang Keep.
Yeah.
And he's the one who sort of controls the colony here and in this, in this region. But his advisor is a secretive sorcerer named Rangvald the Trout. And you guys have heard a couple of strange things about him over the course of the campaign.
I would hazard a guess when and if we get back to Tuleborg, we would have risen somewhat in his esteem as well. By the time he hears that we dealt with these second sons fools, and we've taken charge of this territory, having been granted it, I think that won't go unnoticed, I'd imagine.
I think one of the ways to always keep your your liege happy is money. So if you guys do send back a demonstration of your loyalty and your fealty to the House of Thurmond, that definitely will go. You guys have proven yourself stronger than Arcadius. Remember that I think that they let you. This is a lawless land anyway, but to the best of your knowledge, what the Second Sons did by marching out and trying to take the keep from you guys, that wasn't permitted.
No.
That was more just, the way things go here. If they marched out and did successfully kill you guys or defeat you guys, what's Foxbeard going to say, afterwards? Well, let's bring them back to life and restore it back, because they just say, no, they're the strong, they keep it. So, you guys could definitely play this situation to your advantage if you return to Tuleborg, or when you return to Tuleborg as well, too.
Interesting.
With a box of gold and Blasivarius's head.
Yeah.
Head on a bike.
Yeah. So, that's
Cool.
what, that is their enemy, and
And the Ixians, Bear Guild, what are the Ixians? Do you have any
they have
feelings for them?
the necromancers. They are powerful in their own right, but they stumble around blindly, not knowing the risks here. The things they think they have mastered are, in comparison, rudimentary tricks in the hands of the Warlock Prince. I hear that there is an independent group as well. Seek the Circle, and we will be grateful.
Seek the Circle.
They say
that's a bit too cryptic for old Kane, but he'll nod knowingly.
There are sorcerers who have set aside their own for greed and lust for power and secrets. There are those who have set aside their allegiances to pursue their own riches. I think you guys have heard, out of character, I think you guys have heard about that, haven't you? The Thulean Circle?
Yeah. Yes. It definitely sounds familiar. It's been a while.
Didn't that crazy old, remember the guy who got you to save his son so he could kill him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't he make some mention of that?
Yeah. Back into the work.
Wow.
So.
Yes.
I think I missed that one. That's
Yeah.
not ringing
Yeah,
any bell.
it was a war story. We sort of flashed back to like while everyone else was busy. It was like Malo and Amar and Reagan. Yeah, who dealt with the a temple of Yig.
Oh, okay.
A snake cult. This old guy his son was taken by the what do you call it? Was taken by them, and he asked them to save him. Our heroes did do that, and then he murdered him. He burned him from inside out.
Yeah.
What enough?
Yeah. And actually, I think you guys have you have renown with him as well too. Oh, maybe not.
We also heard about them while we were in Tuleborg prior, right after we met the Trout, and just finding out information back in session 20. So we've heard about them a couple times.
Okay, about the Thulean Circle.
The Thulean Circle, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, the Ixians and the Necromancers of Ix, the Circle, and Rangval. Those are the primary enemies. If you do ask what factions she trusts, the
Ranging Prides.
The Ranging Prides. She is allied the Borean Rangers. Likewise, she finds that she agrees, or her coven agrees with their goals. She says that the Mist Hunters know much of the secrets of these lands.
Is that the like the Inuit type?
Yeah, the Inuit from the Bay of Mists.
Yeah. We lost one of their number. Yeah.
Indeed. Was he Inuit, or was he a member of the Mist Hunters?
Maybe he was not a Mist Hunter then.
There are secrets to the east, and things stir there as well. There are more than men that walk these lands among the living, and there is an ancient race that stirs, and they say it is not only Foxbeard who seeks to master these lands. The Ranging Prides are not the only races, or only a kind, apart from men, who seek to claim Thule. Any other questions you have for Beargilt, or any other topics you want to talk to her about?
I don't think I have
Okay.
any further questions. Anybody else?
Okay.
I feel like I'm harassing her with all these questions a little bit. I'm conscious that, we've not been very hospitable or anything.
Not at all. I mean, she does seem to be trying. She is a little standoffish and whatnot, but she does seem to be trying to ingratiate herself with you guys. It seems a more pragmatic mind might think that she has just switched horses, and you wonder what she's been saying to Arcadius while in his service.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If we needed to call upon you again, is there a way to get in touch with you?
He's trying to get a phone number now.
From here? Yeah. From here?
No.
See how smooth he is, though. You know what I mean?
Right. He gets around.
For business
I
purposes
soften her
only.
up. I get her all like chill, and then he slides in there.
Yeah. So with what Beergold will say is that from here it will be difficult. In Tuleborg or in the community, in others, the allies of the Coven can get word to us, but in Tuleborg, where your Sprigs, and seek out Greta in Tuleborg.
And yep. And Reagan, she's kind of been listening. It's like she's also still trying to internalize some of the stuff that she's thinking about for, the new runes and everything. But kind of almost, she understands that. She realizes that this person has a lot of information and seems to know the area, and she just asks, "Do you know anything about the expedition that?" God, I'm completely blanking on his name now. Newt led to here, and a man named Caravel. She kind of fishing.
Says, I know that Newt claims they were the first from your lands to come here. I know that he traveled and saw much, and that Newt has friends among many of those who we would consider allies as well. As to the fate of the rest of his crew, from what Nude says, none survived. You have a connection to one of them.
Caravel was my father, and he came here finding a way to save me from a wasting curse, and he succeeded. But I don't know how, and I don't know where he.
If he struck a bargain, we don't know much of that. The straits through which his land travels. Let's just quickly take a look at the map here, guys. This is Nude's map, of course. The straits through which he traveled, and the Isle of Hexo, the Witch Isle, has many secrets that remain hidden even to us. But surrounded it is by an impenetrable or difficult to penetrate wall of mountains. Clearly, something of power hides within there, though we know not what. Where he came aground is a cursed place, one where we would not explore. Though, and she looks back to, which of you mentioned the Ixians? Was it Cain?
Cain.
Yeah. She looks back and she says, though the Ixians seem keen on discovering, they have an expedition in that region. Fools, not knowing what they may uncover. If your father came seeking a bargain, and that bargain was reached, those that would have the power to offer such things, I fear that I have no comforting news. I cannot say for certain what bargain may have been struck, but it is unlikely that in these lands that something with that power would not ask a terrible cost from your father.
She closes her eyes for a moment, internalizing it, and then simply says, "Thank you. But I will still seek him."
Indeed. Though, she kind of looks at you. And she seems to be looking almost like right through you.
Mm-hmm.
That means if you are the beneficiary of this bargain, then whatever will was bought, whatever your father bargained with, it is connected to you as well.
And she pauses again and says, "I understand. I don't think I know fully, but I feel that something here is left unfinished."
Fate has a way of bringing strands together. The loom of fate is strings. And strings brought apart are often brought back together. I see your fate. You will see your father again.
Oddly, she doesn't seem wholly comforted by that, but there's a very small smile.
Birgel doesn't really offer it as a way of comfort either.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yep.
It's more of a matter-of-fact thing, in the same way that Malo's fate will be found in ruins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
She turns back to the rest of you, and she looks at Arter. And she says, "Why do you wear the face of one who was lost?"
There's too much. You're gonna have to be more specific.
It's you. You need focus.
Mm.
I see your fate. She looks down at the cat that's sort of now like dozing at her feet.
Yeah, Arter, ever since she first touched the cat, has been like, nerves completely on edge around her.
Yeah. She looks down and she says, she sort of sees you, your eyes darting from the cat up to her. And she says, "Your fate is entwined with theirs. Bound by blood, I see." Is there anything else you guys wish to ask of Birgeld?
Thank you for your help.
Okay. So if is there? I guess what do you guys want to do next then? You've had your chat. If there's anything else you want to ask Birgeld before she takes her departure or takes her leave of you guys and leaves to wherever the hell she's going to go.
We should look at the equipment.
Well, we should also ask her if she noticed if any of the second sons were able to escape. Like if there were any that are unaccounted for that we
there are.
Kill or yeah.
There's at least a full third of their army that has escaped. Where they will go, whether they will die in the wilds, is unknown to me, though.
Does that include second sons themselves or just mercenaries?
That will include those sworn. Some of those that the second sons, are more than Arcadius. Arcadius was a voice within them, but those ambitious men and women who came here seeking to master the land, there are still many more, and many more arriving every day. What successes they have been able to triumph, they those are stronger calls to arms for those on the mainland than any promises of riches or any other promises.
So we have enemies who remain.
Indeed, every success that they enjoy spurns the dreams of 10 more men of ambition.
Well, hopefully a sound defeat will do the opposite.
Indeed. One would hope.
We shall see.
So before she goes, Kev, I just want to make sure, it's a trivial thing, but Kane don't want any visitors going off out into the wider world speaking ill of our hospitality. So I insist that she stops. She has some refreshments. We've got a horse if she wants to take a horse to aid her in her journey.
Yeah.
You can give us some supplies going forwards. It's all that, extend the hospitalities of our new facility here.
Yeah.
So I want. We've been brought up properly where I come from, and we
Absolutely.
want to extend all the.
Yeah. No, she will not. She will not say the evening with you guys. But that is. But no, she definitely feels welcome amongst you. That that is definitely, and she insists that she will return as well. She will be back. She trusts that you will be able to secure this place. Though she says, watch to the north. She knows that there are others, that you have many enemies who would set their eyes upon this place. And this land, though it looks barren, has more would-be masters than are apparent.
Okay.
The return of Thule to the world has led many enemies kept at bay for those many, many centuries to all come and try to pick up where they left off. Either those that would stir or those have been waiting in the dark. Some such to the north.
Best we get that wall fixed.
Indeed.
Yeah, definitely.
So then, anything else you wish to ask of her, or you want to ask of Enio?
So we don't know what happened. She doesn't know what happened to Berislav.
She does not. She knows that he is a powerful illusionist. His sorceries could whether it is smoke and mirrors or whether it is his true power, he seems to come and go at will.
And Ennius, do we know?
Ennius is a dabbler at best.
But he escaped as well, isn't that right?
Nope.
You got him.
You got him.
Did get him? Okay.
Kane chased him down and beat the shit out of him. And then he rode into a pole, so...
Did we find the guy that we saved?
Oh, yes.
Saved,
Yep.
Captured.
Yes, you find he is in the stockade in the camp.
Okay.
So free him.
Okay.
I have his name written down here somewhere.
Yep.
What was his name? Do you guys have in your notes what his name was?
Yeah, I shouldn't say saved him. We captured him and then
the
a message.
Yeah.
The officer guy.
Yes. Let's see.
It wasn't Velimir?
No.
No, okay. Someone
Fabricus.
Was it
Sir
Fabricus? Right.
Fabricus.
Yeah, so you find Fabricus within there.
Okay.
So Fabricus, that's interesting. So he... I think that... I mean, you once again defeated him. What you find is that he did, as he swore to do, he delivered the message to Arcadius, but for doing so, he found himself quickly in the stocks. What do you guys like? How do you approach Fabricus when you find him and you free him? Like, how do you treat him?
I mean,
Well, I reckon we want to sign him up, don't we? We want to sign him up.
if he's willing, I agree.
So with Blasiverius dead, I mean his and the Black Knight dead, and the other guys who assaulted with him, most of his allies are all dead now at your blades. So, what is it that what? I guess what he wants to know is what does that mean? When you say that you are offering, Sir Kane, you are claiming this land you're claiming this keep for yourself, as was recognized by the Foxbeard. Foxbeard granted this to you. You have, by right of arms, claimed this. You are the Lord of Ironfang Keep.
It's looking that way. So,
I think what Fabricus says, you know that the reason they came here is for lands of their own. This is an unclaimed wilderness. And the region near here, if what you're offering is the opportunity to serve as a vassal with the promise of land of his own, I think that he could see that as an attractive offer.
well, if that's what he's looking for, I'm more than happy to go with that. He's proved himself as an honourable sort of warrior type. He seems pretty straightforward, loyal. I can work with that.
How do the rest of you guys feel?
Yeah, I fully agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it does seem that among most of the survivors, most of the people that you do sort of round up there, Fabricus is fairly well thought of as well too. He's he's maybe a bit naive in his approach to chivalry, but at least well thought of. So in the course of freeing him and talking to everyone, one thing he does share is he does not think you should trust anything Beergild says. He says that the honeyed words that she would share with you are the same ones and in the same tone of what she told Arcadius. She promised him a fate and a grand destiny, and he moulders in a grave now.
Well, she didn't promise all of us grand fates.
He says, I know not what she's promised to each of you, but I would take care in the value that you place on this. If you expect her words to hold you up, Blasiverius found that they did nothing of the sort.
Well, it's obvious that people have used us for their own ends before. We are used to that. I think we will do what we will, and if it happens to coincide with what she wants, great. If not, then we will cross that bridge when we come to it.
Okay.
Oh, we appreciate the warning.
Yes.
So he nods.
Duly noted.
Okay. So then he goes through the whole thing. He offers us his sword to you. He swears his fealty to you.
So speaking of that, his sword is the one that I've been carrying. I'm going to unbelt my sword belt and give him sword and sheath back.
Oh, nice. And what is
Nice.
it? Was it magical?
Yeah, it's his +2 sword that we took from him.
That's amazing.
Nice.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you XP for that again.
Yeah. Right.
For that reward. So whatever the XP value of the +2 sword is, he will grant that to you again. He is... let me think here. I think that it is... What he'll say is that he will be in your debt, Arter. it is the rightful spoil of war that you claimed, and he has no money right now, but he is live to the fact that there is a ransom owed, and he swears to repay that to you. Awesome. He is greatly impressed by you, though, Arter. Very, very impressed with your knowledge and following the sort of that kind of honor. His morale, when we roll his morale, I'm actually going to give him a +2 to it by virtue of how welcoming and how chivalrous you guys have acted.
Yeah, I've got to say that Kane is pretty impressed with that as well. You know, he just like claps old Arter on the back and says, We'll sort you out with something, Arter.
Okay.
Gwen pats Arter on the shoulder and then pulls out the flail that you gave her. It's like this?
No, I'll just use a regular sword for now.
There are things to lay claim to in the midst of the loot as well. So, let's see here. What do we wish to do? We got about 15 minutes left here, guys. Do we want to talk about plans for next session? I think what we can do is we can dump the I can tell you what the loot is in on the Discord server, and then you guys can and I'll grant you guys I'll do XP afterwards. I'll calculate that once. I'm assuming over the next week or so you guys will spend time preparing or like identifying these items. Does anyone have the spell Identify?
Well, I was just going to say it, not that I know. And I don't have that. So if somebody has, I don't know if Virginia has it.
Iffy, I don't think does.
Yeah, so I do not.
Then Beer Guild will stick around, and she will allow you to help to identify what this stuff is. So let's just...
Praetor's not got it, no?
Preda, I don't think so. Oh, no, Preda is a... she's not a Legerdemainist, she is a purloiner. So she's a priest thief, not a... Yeah. So then, let's talk about what we're going to do next session then, guys. So we can do some time to talk about, like, in general, what you're going to get your army to do. You're probably going to have, in addition to the, like, 8 to 10 that survived, you know, and are in the, you know, in the hospital tent receiving treatment, you're going to also see your forces swelled by another about 20 from the ones that survived. And I'll say 30 in total, 10 of which will be archers, and the rest will be... a mix of heavy footmen or heavy infantry and other like knights.
Yeah, and if we can send out a patrol of riders to round up any stragglers that want to kind of join the cause.
Yep, and that's what we'll say that they're riding along with, and it's to lend your word to it. The Sir Fabricus will give you his pennant.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Right, so that will at least give that, and that will be where the 30 comes from. The 30 will be from the survivors and whatnot, and there's some that just won't come back, but that will help bolster up your army a little better. Mm-hmm. What are you guys thinking next? So you guys have there's a lot of different things that are on the go here. You may have your own personal interests as well. Let's talk about what things need attention right now. What are you guys thinking? I mean, the gate is obviously...
The question of the portal seems to be...
Okay.
Yep.
But that has come from the witch. So...
Preda as well, too. Preda had said something stirred on the far side.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that to me is high on the list, if not the priority.
And Preda has been, I think, in spite of her first admissions, and this, I think, is keeping with how Hobbs has been playing her, too, she's being very secretive about what she saw. She's been a fairly laconic character for most of the time we've seen her anyway. So whatever secrets she's got about the far side, she is keeping to herself. She will artfully redirect the conversation until Hobbs actually plays her and wants to role play out what happens. You can assume that she is just keeping her secrets. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should allow Fabricus to sort of reassemble the army and start training whoever to take over whatever roles and work together, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And we need to get the north part of the keep fixed in some way.
Yep.
Yeah,
Not fixed, but
I'll surviving engineer onto that, I think.
yeah.
You could, yeah. I mean, you could get also in the map. There are, let's see here, on Arter's map. Arter's on.
Should we send a delegate to Tuleborg and see if we can round up some
Laborers,
non-combatant laborers?
Yeah, you can send someone back. It's a couple days' journey to get back to Tuleborg. You do have the war chest from the Second Sons as well, too, so at least there is some extra coin there that could be used to hire.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Well, and if we want to take a small tithe to the thing, to show our appreciation for entrusting us with, the land and the keep, and here's some spoils from the war.
Okay. Then,
it takes quite a while, but she raspily gets that out.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it because my throat's getting sore.
Yeah. Okay. So, it sounds to me like your followers and your retainers and such, they're going to be focusing on rebuilding Iron Fang Keep and reinforcing the defenses there. And you will have the resources of the Second Sons camp to help with that as well.
Right.
And actually, there was a combat engineer among their numbers.
Awesome.
So you do have someone who can actually help reconstruct. The Moretta brothers were, skilled at siege warfare, but not necessarily at building up things. So you will have the benefit.
And we need to do that now. I mean, this keep has been in bad condition for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get that one tower over there area.
Yeah. Where do we leave things with that spirit as well, too? Do you remember? You saw that...
I thought you were looking up for the spirit.
Sorry, there's a fly in here that I need to deal with afterwards. So, yeah.
Where's that spirit you guys were talking about? What's going on, Kev?
Yeah. Jeez.
What was the spirit?
Maybe the one you saw in the northern tower there?
The ranger?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
How did you guys leave things with that spirit?
I think we dealt with. Didn't he passed over command of the keep to us?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the keep is fully yours. One thing that Bear Guild does as well too is she performs a ritual to basically prevent the spirits that you defeated from returning. So that is the main keep is now free of any lingering spirits. However, she has said that the concern she will also perform specific ceremonies as well to prevent the spirits of the departed, burning the bodies to prevent them from falling sway to whatever necromantic power holds holds sort of a authority over these lands, and to prevent the spirits from going anywhere untoward. So then that sounds like a good place to end it. I'm sorry I'm not going to grant XP right now, but I will I'll post that in Discord as well too once I figure out the things, and then we can talk about next session. Will be we'll start next session talking about sort of the preparations. How soon do you want to pass through that portal? Do you want to take a week? Do you want to take a shorter period? What are you thinking?
I mean, it seems like once we feel like our army is reassembled and can protect the keep, then we don't want to wait too long. I mean, whatever is stirring may stir quickly.
Those denizens of Leng, they're up to some shit. So the longer you let them keep them and their beastmen allies, they keep doing whatever they're doing on the far side there.
Yeah. So I think as long as we think the keep is secure, then we can head there.
Sure. Okay. Then cool, and that's what we'll start with then, guys, is I think we will deal with the portal. If you guys have any other thoughts in between now and the next session, you can mention on Discord, and we can talk about how we want to modify that, so I can prepare accordingly, but that sounds good.
We'll distribute magic weapons and stuff as well, probably, in Discord.
Yeah, just a real quick question. Do we want to make sure that information also gets along to the Wemmick, that we're attempting to invade the domain of the Beastmen to fully eradicate them from this area, just in case they want to send anybody to help?
I think they're getting the full picture, other than the specific, foray into the portal from Burger Guild, if she actually does contact them.
Okay. I was just thinking, they might decide to send some help just because they're probably not too happy with the Beastmen. I'm just, just a thought.
Well, you can drop the information in the message if.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
All right. Then, guys, with that, let's wrap things up here. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us back in the wasted lands of Thule for session 33 of our ongoing campaign of Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, the game, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, if you enjoyed the session, be sure to click on like, and if you want to not miss any future sessions, be sure to click subscribe and the bell icon to get notifications for when we're going to go live. I post the schedule for the coming week every Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening on the community tab of the Dungeon Musings the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. In addition, you can find the schedule on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, which you can find a link to in the description of this video, and you can find it on Twitter as well too. I'm on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and my email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com if you want to reach me directly. You can also find all of us on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have channels dedicated to this campaign, every other campaign we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other cool stuff like finding a game or just discussing assorted games, house rules, and streaming setups as well too. So if you want to have information about the different virtual tabletops that are available, once this present crisis kicked off, we had some really good discussion of the different available virtual tabletops, so you can find a lot of info on that channel as well, and you are all welcome to join us there. Normally, we also make a plug for the Heroes Save Villages charity campaign, and that is that benefits SOS Children's Villages International, the charity that benefits over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children around the world. Unfortunately, right now they are transitioning between web providers, so we do not have that. We do not have a link for that yet. However, as soon as the new web service is up, we will be kicking off our annual charity raffle. And two of the prizes available for that are 2 copies of the core rulebook for Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea that I picked up to donate to the rewards. In addition, there's some other cool rewards, including a copy of Beadle & Grimm's Gold Edition Eberron Rising from the Last War box set, a really, really cool product for 5th edition D&D, as well as some other cool stuff. But all the donations that are made for that as well, that all goes towards to help SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel. None of it goes to anything else. I held up earlier this session as well, too, a copy of the map of Thule, and you can get that as well as a bunch of other cool stuff on our Redbubble store as well. Any purchases help us help out with the players. The money we gain from ads from our Patreon, and from that all go towards helping getting cool stuff for the players. Right now we're supplying all of the players with copies of the AD&D Player's Handbook for 2nd edition. So that is, once that is done, we'll be moving on to something else, but if you do want to support the channel, that is one way of going about doing that. Plus you can get some cool stuff that way too. Last but not least, I want to thank my players. So, Arlen, Robert, Colin, Will, Dave, and George, thank you so much for joining me back in Thule again. Congratulations, guys. You are well and truly masters of Ironfang Keep now. I look forward to your next adventure, and I will post the XP you guys gain in the Discord server later this afternoon, probably. So
awesome.
Excellent. Then, until next time, folks, once again, those listening at home, if you're listening to this live or contemporaneous to when we recorded this, I hope this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. And until we see you again,